And welcome back to the Hot Lap. We are asking, is Hyundai going to be leaving the WRC? And if so, what kind of impact will that have? A fairly substantial one, I'd imagine. So, is Hyundai going to be leaving the WRC? Well, let's have a look here. Once again, on AG Rally, the Facebook page, they've described it quite well. But we get into another story that potentially says maybe they're not. But let's have a look at it. So the current situation is, as you know, the WRC regulation, it says here, signed by the teams, they provide that Hyundai Motorsport will be part of the WRC until, and this is the significant bit, until 2026. If you remember, there was going to be that change in rules from 2025 about the hybrid, because it is quite expensive, and they wanted new teams to come in. They thought if we made it cheaper, maybe we'll get new manufacturers in a bit sooner. But the new regulations are expected to come in 2027, to which Hyundai is also currently, at the very least, contributing. But the Korean company should not sign up to but the Korean company should not sign up, apparently, because their focus may well be on the WEC, which is a concern. The WEC, if you're not sure what that is, rally fans, it is essentially Le Mans endurance racing. It stands for the World Endurance Championship. Really, really good series. If you're a hardcore rally fan that's not really into track action, fair enough. You're probably not going to watch it. But Le Mans, is their highlight, just as Monaco is the F1 highlight, and the Indianapolis is the IndyCar highlight, for example. Also, you can make an argument that Monte Carlo is the rally highlight at the beginning of the year, but rally has so many fantastic venues. But let's wait. And it says here, 2 ways to exit. How will the exit from the WRC happen? A double option to imagine the exit from the WRC. So, exit at the end of the 2025 season, that's next year. In this case, the company would have to essentially pay a penalty for not having honoured their contract excuse me, until the end of 2026. The other one, the more likely one, if they are to leave, is exit after the 2026 season, as foreseen by the regulations, but giving the management of the Rally 1 cars for the 2026 season to a private team. I guess that could happen as well, but the Rally 1 cars are expensive, so there's going to most certainly, they were like £1 million a piece. Those cars should not be that much money. That is originally what before they did the U-turn, why they wanted to get rid of hybrid and make it cheaper as a quick fix. Now, I thought that was initially a good idea. The teams weren't on board, Hyundai weren't on board, but the irony here is if Hyundai are leaving, what was the point of that? What was the point of that U-turn that could have saved the top end of a rally? Now, the level-headed person will probably say, yes, 2027, let's get those regulations right. But then if Hyundai are going to be exiting and you've only got Toyota and Ford, what's the point? You might as well make WRC2 WRC1. At least then it will be very exciting, and hoping that some of the ERC teams are going to come up. So, our thesis, and this is what they said, Hyundai has asked the FIA to be able to use all the development jokers planned for the 25 and 26 seasons. The FIA have submitted the request to Toyota and M Sport, that's Toyota, the Toyota Yaris and the Ford, that's run by M Sport, who voted to allow Hyundai to use all development jokers this season. From January 2025, Hyundai will no longer be able to develop its car. What will happen? It says what would happen to the structure in Alzanu. I probably got that pronunciation wrong. It is easy to think of a conversions to work on the WEC project, which they will enter in 2026. And what can 0.01% be? We wrote that 99.9% the team will leave the WRC. What could that 0.01% that would change the decision? They said a statement from Hyundai confirming a commitment to the WRC beyond 2027, but we believe that this hypothesis is very small. Hyundai would have the economic capacity to support both programs, as Toyota do, but it seems that the company's focus is the track, with a short-term goal on the WRC and a long-term one as an engine supplier in Formula One. Very remote hypothesis at the moment, and that's obviously the other language that AG Rally use. So, what do we think? Is Hyundai going to leave the WRC? They could do, but when I think Hyundai, I think WRC. I don't really think touring cars first. I always think Hyundai and WRC together. Could they have an F1 engine? Yes. Having said that, I think if they change the rules in a rally, I think Hyundai will get more better bang for their buck if, and this is the big if, they can change the rules for rally, make it more sustainable for fans to watch, to get fans involved. I'm not talking about the actual sport being sustainable. No electric engines here, but to make it better for the fans. Now, the more teams you have, the more drivers you have, the more exciting a championship you have, and the more fans you have. And I also think they need to think the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They need to think of the weekend. They need to change the weekend. Say, for example, they changed it, as I've always thought, a Friday afternoon, and then you have a full day Saturday, and then, pretty much a full day on Sunday. But with Saturday arguably being your biggest day, but then an exciting Sunday to end. You don't want to finish at lunchtime. Maybe a bit more. But you need the fans. And if you have more fans and more eyes on, more manufacturers are going to go. The one thing I love about rally and touring cars is I can see that car. And yes, I appreciate, I'm not naive enough to think it's the same car. But I see that car and I can think, okay, win on Sunday, sell on Monday used to be the old adage for motorsport. And I think that's very much true today. You see that car, you think, I love that car. I love that Toyota Yaris. It looks amazing with the wing and everything. I want a car like that. I'm invested in the brand. Yes, you have that in Formula One, but how excited can you get about an engine? Yes, a Hyundai engine, I'm not sure, because it's new. Mercedes engine, yes. Ferrari engine, yes. Even a Honda engine, because they've got history in Formula One. With Hyundai engines, they need to be very good straight away, I think, within the first 3 or 4 years. And then you can get excited about it. And it is the cheapest way, I think, for a car manufacturer to get into Formula One and get exposure from Formula One, rather than opening your team. But making rally cheaper, and making sure you get on those headlines on social media. You make sure that, for example, behind Formula One, you are there breathing down its neck. You are the second biggest motorsport in the world after Formula One, with everyone talking about you. And then you're going to have a very healthy rally, a la the old Group B, etc. I think definitely you will. And there's the issue. But with Hyundai, with all these rumours about Hyundai leaving, Ott Tänak has shot down this speculation. This is from motorsport.com, and he's downplayed the speculation that Hyundai is considering pulling out of the World Rally Championship. He's confident that the team can recover from what is a difficult start to the hybrid era. As you know, they've endured a challenging start to this new look at WRC, which stems from the South Koreans' late commitment to the new regulation that has delayed the development of its all-new i20N. Now, the team, as you know, has been playing catch-up ever since its i20N first appeared in December last year, a month before the start of the new season. Like, whoa, but they're doing really well, let's be honest. Hyundai are absolutely doing really, really well. And this goes all the way in 2022. So, even Ott Tänak has come out, but we are 2 years removed from that. Is Hyundai going to leave? It wouldn't surprise me, but it's going to leave a massive hole in the WRC. And if there's any inkling that Hyundai are going to leave the WRC, then you are really going to have to nail those regulations really early, as in like the end of this year, the beginning of next year, make them so attractive, make it really sustainable financially for manufacturers to get involved, even if they can't get above 100%, to like almost like a semi-privateer works team, for example, like half and half. And we could in a few years maybe have Lancia in, maybe have Citroen back, Skoda, Subaru, Ford renewing their focus, upping their focus maybe to a 3-car teams. I want 20 full-time cars in rally by 2027. That's what I would like. So you have a top 20, and then you have an absolutely amazing championship. No, you don't want balance of performance. We don't want any of that, like they have in the WEC. Yes, you can, and the BTCC to a certain extent, with the hybrid boost being limited. You want the best car to win, but you want the regulation to be simple enough and cheap enough And once again, that word sustainable, but not with the electric, sustainable enough too that yes, you can catch up. Yes, you can innovate. Yes, it is road relevant. I am talking about the perfect world here, but that's what you want for the future of rally. And if Hyundai are looking to leave, it's a very dangerous time, I think, for the World Rally Championship, at least in the top echelons of the World Rally Championship. I mean, yeah, and ultimately that will long-term, medium to long-term, if they do leave, have an effect, I think, and then a negative effect if they leave on the WRC2 and then going down the ranks and going down to ERC at some point as well. So you need to make rally a go-to motorsport in 2027, but you need to get those regulations out fast. That's what I think would need to happen if Hyundai do leave the WRC, which will be a very sad time. Can they do well in the WRC? Absolutely, they can. But the interesting thing is, I don't think they're under any illusion that they're going to enter the WEC, like, you know, the World Endurance Championship, and be absolutely bang tidy, fantastic straight from the get go. No, I don't think they're going to expect that. But what could be interesting is 2-3 years down the line, they haven't improved as much as they have, despite that fact that I think in the WEC they're going to need more money to invest. And if you don't get your bang for your buck there, that's going to be interesting, because I think there's more headlines in them winning rally than them doing very average in the WC, in the World Endurance Championship. Yes, there's more headlines in Formula One to a certain extent, but that's also the most expensive. Even for an engine supplier, that's expensive, especially if they have a team, which I don't think they're going to do. But even for an engine supplier, I mean, they could pony up with someone like McLaren or Haas. McLaren, Hyundai, yeah, it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Even though McLaren do have their own supercar and road car division. But that's, I think, what they'd need to do if they were going to go to Formula One. But I don't want to lose them from rally. I don't think anyone does. And it will very much be a sad day. If you made it to the end of this little rant about Hyundai potentially leaving the WRC, give us a subscribe, give us a like if you're not subscribed. We obviously do rally, we do Hyundai, we do rally content, we do Formula One content, touring car content, although they're currently on their summer break at the moment. We do a bit of gaming as well. Currently we're Nigel Mansell in F1 at 2024. Yes, you can be Nigel Mansell, along with people like James Hunt, for example, as well. And we are going through the championship there. We're just about to do, I think, the Emilia-Romagna, basically Imola Grand Prix as well, and Monaco at some point. They're the next two races. So there we go. I digress. We will speak to you soon. Thank you very much.